All right, are we live yet? Well, it says we're live. Hey, we're live out there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make sure we're still going. There we go. Yep. All right. Well, we got a couple people in here now. We'll have some more coming in. We'll start off with saying this is the first monthly live. We'll do some more of these, and I'm trying to keep the guests to like-minded or kind of channels that are kind of alike. They don't have to be exactly alike, because these two guys are definitely not exactly alike, but they do a lot of the same kind of upgrades and customization and things like that. So we'll start off talking about the Code Start Challenge. I appreciate everybody, participating. Excuse me. And I actually had a pretty good participation. I've got a stack of envelopes here. Be sending out some stickers. We got a stack of people they're going to. And then for the winner, decided to do a super clean hat and a window cling or decal. It's actually a decal, not a clean. And the winner is Mecha Nuts. I don't know if you guys checked out his answer to the challenge, but it was pretty good. So if you haven't, head on over, check it out. I see some people coming in. 8:15. How's it going? Left for Dead, CNC Auto Works, Robert's Garage. Appreciate you guys coming in. I do have another challenge coming up. This one's over, I guess. So the challenge I have that I've started now is taking $350 and buying a car, a pretty junky car, but it actually runs and drives good, so I got a good deal on it. But it's rough. But I'm gonna take that car and sell it, and I'm gonna continue to flip cars until I get up to $10,000, and that'll be into that challenge. We'll go to doing another challenge of some sort, I'm sure. If anybody wants to join, make sure to check your state and local laws. Make sure what you can and can't sell under without having a license or whatever. And let's get it going. I don't know what do any prizes for that, but it's something to do. So, all right, we'll start out. The two guests we have here today, they have a lot of things in common. They're doing some great builds and have done some great builds. They do customizing, fabrications, and Narxoleptic Customs, Narxoleptic Customs. Sorry, I know his last name's Narx, is why he does that. He's done a few LS swaps. You did a 80s Grand Wagoneer, 90s Toyota. Was it a Land Cruiser?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's currently doing a Narx cart. We'll let him talk about that more when he gets up to speak here. Little Boy Customs. He's a newer channel on YouTube. He's moving right along. He's doing really good for how new he is. But he did a flip, like I was just talking about earlier, on a Dodge Ram. He did some timing on a 38 Chevy Coupe. That was a pretty cool video. He's doing a real awesome 67 F100 body swap onto a 2000s Mercury Grand Marquis right now. And we'll let him go in more of that when he gets to speak. So, Narx, if you want to start off kind of introducing your channel and why did you start what you're doing on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. So, Narxoleptic Customs, we've ended up in a lot of LS swap builds, I guess, really, because that's what really kicked the channel off was the LS swap for my 66 GMC truck that I've had for 23 years. And I wanted to basically be able to drive that truck everywhere, anytime I wanted to, and make 600 wheel horsepower. So obviously to do that, you can do that with small block Chevrolet stuff. We had a 283 in the truck. I wanted LS power. So we did a 4.8 out of a Tahoe. I completely disassembled the Tahoe, pulled the engine, did the harness myself. All that's on. I mean, we have 50 videos of the LS swap for that truck. So that kicked off the LS build. And from there, we've, like you said, did the Land Cruiser. We've done the Grand Wagoneer that we just finished. I mean, 2 weeks ago. It's actually coming back for 2 little update, like a vacuum canister and things like that. And then the Narx cart, we'll flip it around here and show everybody the Narx cart. Getting a turbo. But I wanted a reason to grow the channel. So the cart is being given away when the channel hits 1 million views. So to do that, you got to build something that's wild and crazy and fun. And I'd always wanted to build a death cart, so that's what we're doing with it. And then the OBS truck that's here behind me is a one of going to be our last customers for a while. It's a built 5.3 with a Pro Charger on it. It's going to make 600 easily and be a driver. So, and then the reason we started the channel was really brand building. I had the intentions of growing. Gas Monkey was huge whenever we were just starting the channel, and so you see that, and I'm like, man, can I grow a brand? Can I sell T-shirts? Can I build cars to sell to pay for my car addiction? Car hobby addiction. I don't have a car addiction. I own 3 cars, but so to do that, you always have to do something. So it's merch. It's building a channel to get monetized, to pay you a little bit of money every month from YouTube and things like that. So that's really kind of why we started. And the biggest benefit that we didn't know when we started to recording was that we lost our dad last February. So we have videos that we'll always have because we were recording when he was around. So I'll always record that stuff. So that's the silver lining there of YouTube.
That's freaking awesome. And did he actually do some of the videos with you?
Yeah, our most popular video is him and I recovering the seat for my old truck. So
I haven't watched that one yet. It's on the list, but I watched a lot of your videos. You got a lot of videos.
508 videos. So
hey, you build the library and people will watch. Yeah.
Well, hey, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, but
okay.
If you've watched any of the Destroyer 1320 brainstorm sessions, I've talked about titles and descriptions and all that kind of stuff, how important they are. And really early on, we were just cramming down people's throat in volume and thinking that would work. If we had been doing what I'm doing now with the volume I had,
sure,
we'd be a big channel. So do all that. We'll talk about that later.
And we'll go to the Little Boy Customs here, and you go by Little Boy Customs or Lil Boy Customs?
Well, so I've been in business for several years now. It was LIL Boy Customs, and that was really more of a CNC shop thing that I was doing. I run laser machines, plasma machines, that kind of stuff, cutting parts for cars, and I build components for custom seats and that kind of stuff for trucks, mainly C10 world. But whenever I started my YouTube channel, I wanted it to be more family friendly. So I switched it over to LITTLE, Little Boy Custom.
Dropped your rap name?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, kind of do an introduction for your channel, and what start you got you doing YouTube overall? I mean, what started you out?
So my world premiere, my name's actually Mike. I've never said that on my channel or anything else. But so I started my channel the month of January 2020. At the time, I was a police officer, and I needed something for a stress reliever. Pretty much, I've always built cars. I've had cars and magazines and all kinds of stuff. But I was really just building cars as a stress reliever to, wash out what was going on. And right around August of 2020, my wife asked me, why are you still the police when your passion's cars? And
yeah, for sure.
I was doing so well, why are you not doing that? And so I just kind of switched over and I quit being the police. And big shout out to those guys down there in Hillsboro, Texas. I miss my brothers in blue, but I really enjoy what I'm doing now. So,
that's so. Were you a city police officer or a county sheriff?
I was yeah,
okay.
City cop.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough time, especially right now. It's always tough to be a police officer, but right now it's kind of a volatile situation. So,
yeah, the one good thing is YouTube. You're not going to make everybody happy, and right. So being police before I came here, my skin's pretty thick.
Pretty
and
thick.
So
yep.
It doesn't bother me what people say now.
All the trolls don't matter, right?
Exactly. So.
Yeah. Hey, and anytime anybody comments or has a thumbs down or anything, that's still
counts.
Yeah, it still counts. YouTube doesn't care. Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
They're like, cool. That guy's getting engagement. Let's go.
Exactly.
Well, the comment's too bad. You just block it.
Yep.
Delete it, whatever.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. So.
All right. Well, I really do appreciate you guys coming on the channel. We got Mike and Mike here. And I appreciate everybody out there watching right now. We'll go ahead and dig in some more of these guys here and get some information from them. I know that currently you're working on the Narx cart, Mike. And Mike, little boy, I don't know which one to call you. Mike and Mikey, maybe. We'll call you, go Narx and Mike. How about that?
There you go. There you go.
All right. So, Narx, I know you're working on the Narx cart. And Mike, I know you're working on the F100 swap right now. But if you want to kind of, and we'll start with Mike this time. If you want to kind of go into what you're doing without giving away your next video, of course, kind of where you're at with your project.
So the F100 is hopefully going to be finished by the end of next month. That's really kind of the plan. The front end was pretty much already fabbed up because my about last October, I wrecked the truck and totaled the cab out. And so I had to take that cab off, put a new cab back on. So the front end's pretty much mocked up already. The only thing I didn't do was cut down the bed. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And hopefully by the end of next month, that truck's completely finished and out of my shop. I actually do have another 67 F100 truck that I do plan on working on at some point in time. But I'm one of those guys that kind of gets bored easily. So the next thing I'm really kind of planning on working on is a 51 Ford shoebox.
Yes.
And we're going to kind of go into depth like we do now because my channel is more based on the average guy can build this in his 2-car garage. I use a lot of hand tools that you can get at Harbor Freight.
You have pretty basic tools there. I mean, you know, you have a welder and you have a plasma cutter, but besides that, and even that's not crazy expensive tools, but besides that, it's pretty basic tools.
Yeah, you know, and I do have CNC machine that I could make most of these parts that I want to make. And for some of my other cars that I don't put on YouTube, I do that. But I'm really trying to show that the average guy can build this in his 2-car garage. So
well, I think on saying that, I think I told you, you know, all I got is a driveway right now. Yeah. Watching your videos makes me want to do a body swap so bad, but I'm just not ready for it. But it makes me feel like I can do it. So
you can. So that's really the whole point of the channel is to show that you can do this. And don't get me wrong, I didn't always have this big shop or 2 shops actually. The one shop I don't ever weld or grind or anything else in. It's more of a mechanic style shop. But my channel is really based on anybody can do this. And I want to give you the knowledge to do that. So in the 51 build, we're actually planning on chopping the top, sectioning it, and grafting it over a modern frame body of another car.
You know what car it's going to be here?
I know it's going to be an all-wheel drive car because I want this to be an all-wheel drive vehicle. But
like a Subaru all-wheel drive or like a Explorer? Or?
No. It's going to be low to the ground. We're still going to do the lead sled style. We want all 4 tires to grip and maybe throw a little burning rubber off of them. So
I'll definitely be looking forward to that. It's sweet stuff. I'll tell you when I seen the video, you know, I've been watching a bunch of your videos as soon as I found you on YouTube, and me and my wife were watching actually where she was kind of playing her game on her little thing or whatever, and I was watching. And when we seen that you wrecked your truck, even she was like, "Oh no," you know, because she had seen all the videos I've been watching of all the work you've done.
Yeah, it was one of those freak accident type things. I used a civilian car. Being former police, I don't want to use a P71. I know how many hours those cars have on them. They may have low miles, but they have tons of hours on them because they never shut them off. So I used a civilian car, but I didn't ever delete the PAT system in it. And I had driven it around the yard a couple of times and that kind of stuff. And this particular day, my daughter asked me to change the oil in her car. So I thought, I'll just back the truck out. Won't be a big deal. And that was the plan. And then I thought, I'm just going to go down the road real quick and just try it out.
It was just
down a mile down the road, turned around, and the PAT system locked up the rear tires on it. And I lost control, went through a pipe fence and totaled the cab out on it.
Dang, that's crazy. I don't guess I've seen that video yet. I've been watching all your build stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty depressing.
Get ready to get your feelings hurt when you watch it.
Yeah, it was tough for me. And then I actually cut my leg right on the knee, got 8 staples, and so I couldn't do YouTube for like a week after, or almost a month after that. So my channel like done a nosedive. So,
well, it should be picking up now, man. I've been sharing the crap out of it. It's really good content. It really is, man.
I feel blessed. I mean, I've been doing this for a year, right at it. We already made it to our 500, which I'm grateful for every single person that's subscribed and believes in my channel. And hopefully I'm helping them build something, or at least good entertainment. So,
well, we got you on to Roy Marco and Robert's radar here, and Narx here, his radar. So I'm sure they'll help you get there, man. It's really good content. So if they haven't watched, I know they will. And if anybody in the chat is not, everybody that's watching right now is not subscribed to either one of these guys, make sure you go subscribe. Their link is in the description right now to all of their social media. I didn't put Little Boy Customs link in for what's the one? Gosh, I can't think of one. The TikTok. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't put that in there because I just found their TikTok today, but I haven't seen. I don't think you posted anything yet. So
there's nothing on TikTok. I got on there just kind of see what it's about. I haven't really decided if I'm going to go that route or not.
I got on there to put little short videos to kind of announce what I have coming up on my YouTube. So far, it's doing really good. It actually helps. I've got almost 10 subscribers just from that. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but it doesn't take me a second to put something on there. So
Well,
every subscriber matters to me. So
well, and one of the benefits I've been using TikTok for lately is I use it to edit the shorts that I've been dropping onto YouTube. So I'm sure YouTube hates it, but that's how I'm getting my shorts. So
it'll be fine. Well, Narx, while we got you talking there, you want to go ahead and speak on your channel and what you have going on with the Narx car and anything else?
Yeah, so we have pivoted a little bit in our release of videos. I'm actually recording several videos at several days of videos, and then I'm going to, like the OBS truck, I'm not going to release that playlist until we're completely done. That way people can maybe see the end goal and then go back and binge the whole video or binge the whole series. So
what year is that OBS? I'm sorry, man.
94.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
And it's really cool. It was the guy's grandfather's truck. His grandpa bought it in 94. My old truck was my grandfather's before it was mine. So it's like this whole thing. I mean, it's really one of the reasons I didn't want to take on any more customer builds.
Right.
But with that story, I mean, I've known the owner for a really long time. I messaged you today. I sold cars for like 15 years, and he was actually one of the first people I sold a car to. So
you worked at a dealership, I take it?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, I didn't flip stuff. I was a manager. I owned my own store for a while and all that kind of stuff. So a long time. I don't do that anymore. I'm in logistics and YouTube now. So,
I did that before I started doing have my own car lot now, but I did that. I don't want to say their name or who I did it for, but it was a large corporation that's out of your area, actually.
Nice.
So I know you know who it is. And, it's Mark, but we'll go from there. But I did that for them for a little bit. It was pretty fun. So
so basically what's coming on the channel is I'm trying to bridge the gap between, because it's the same thing on the cart. I'm not releasing any of the turbo build, like the exhaust, all the wastegate I just got in. I'm going to do the entire build, tune it and everything, and then drop the series. Probably we typically drop Fridays and Tuesdays. So it'll be if it's a 5 video series, it'll be like boom, 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 boom. Just each time we drop a video will be like that. So that way we're hoping you can end up with some binge stuff, because what we were doing in the beginning was, if I recorded out here one night, I edited the next day and typically dropped it the next night. So a build takes you 8 months. It takes people 8 months to watch the video, or to watch the build progress. So that's just too much. People don't typically follow that long in my experience. So
right. Well, yeah, you get the core people that's interested in that.
Yep.
Yes, but if you want somebody that's just wanting to see a quick build, you're right. You're sure right.
Yep. And then, so I've got to get the cart done. Gearhead Tour. I don't know if you know who those guys are. They are a coming YouTube channel. They do a ton of like event type coverage and things like that. They're coming. We host a charity drag race. It's like a race weekend where we Mocan Friday night. We drive 200 miles and we race again Saturday night at Mocan. And they're going to drive the cart for that event, and it's April 2nd. So I have to have the cart done, and then I also have to get the heads pulled off the Turbo LS 66 and get new lifters and things like that, and give it a once over. So
nice.
Lots of stuff coming in the next 5 weeks.
Well, and with both of you guys, I hope we could do some collabs this summer. We
Yeah.
don't live too far away, actually, either one of you guys. So a few hours between the both of you. So
Yep.
you could do maybe a car show or something, or I don't know.
Yep. I've said it the whole time. 2021 is the year of collaborations for me. I will drive 3 or 4 hours one way to go collab with just about any. If you're serious about your YouTube channel, I'll come see you. And I've got a Turbo LS truck it'll make 600 after we get it back together. The cart, we got, I can come up with just about anything for any channel. We can do it. So,
well, I know you and I had talked with Johnny Clyde or about Johnny Clyde on your last life. That would be so awesome to take that Narx cart to a drive-thru for him to try some food or whatever.
Yep.
I just to see the look on their face would be hilarious. So.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm ready. So that's what you need to do, Little Boy Customs, is before you do your next swap is tear one apart like this.
Well, believe it or not, I've tore several of these cars apart, and I do drive them around like that in the pasture and everything, but I've never thought about trying to make one street legal.
Well, I guess all you have to have is a windshield and some lights. And well, you live in a different state. Here in Arkansas, it just has to have a windshield and lights and tail lights. And
it's pretty much the same here in Texas.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, Mike, what are your YouTube goals for like the next year and then so on after that?
So the biggest goal I have for this year is to hit my 1,000. And it's going to sound greedy, but I want to do it by June. Everybody that watches my channel knows that I want to hit 1,000 by June. And really we're on track to do that. I was hoping to hit it by the beginning of June, but it's not. It's going to be closer to the end of June. But as long as we keep posting like we're doing and keep gaining subscribers like we have, we should hit our 1,000 by this June. That's my biggest goal for this year.
If you get with awesome. Narx, reach out to Narx, and he has a couple live shows that he does with some other guys. 615 is that what it is? 815.
I've been watching
815. Yep.
815. I'm sorry. And man, they have some great ideas.
Oh yeah.
Him and I'm sorry, Black Seed Original. I'm pretty new to his channel, but them three guys, they have some great ideas. So
you need to follow Destroyer 1320. He's kind of like the hub of Black Seed, Brian Late, Black Seed, and myself. We all three work together, but Eric at Destroyer is really the one that runs.
It's not hard to follow Destroyer, seeing how he has my dream car.
Right? It's such a cool car.
I love his car.
Yep. So he's got a ton of good stuff. I would like to talk a little bit more, Mike, about tags and titles and all that kind of stuff. We can do that. I don't want to bore folks this early on in the video.
Exactly.
We definitely need to get in on some of that.
Yep. So other than that, the other goal is just finishing the 51 Ford. We really want to build a newer car. Something in like 2010, somewhere around in there. And we really want it to be more of a horsepower style car build. Most of the builds that I do are more like cruising cars, where you can go down to, put your family in it, cruise around. It's not really drag racing style. You keep up with traffic on the freeway, and that's about it.
So are you thinking like pony car or sports car? Or?
I already bought it. It's a 2010 Dodge Charger, and we're just looking for the power plant to go inside of it.
I actually like that body style right there. In fact, I bought one today. It's a 3.5 6-cylinder, but man, I like that body style.
The one I bought is a 3.5 as well.
They're good engines.
I'm leaving all the badges on it and all that. I'm planning on making it kind of a sleeper pretty
It's
much.
gonna be a sleeper. You should put some 2.7 badges on it and make people think you're real slow.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's not our first time to build something like this. It'll just be our first time to do it on YouTube.
Okay.
That's awesome. What do you get? Sorry. So builds are what I enjoy, especially like bench build stuff. You know, like what's the plan? Are you thinking like Gen 3 Hemi stuff? Or
I'm actually thinking 12 valve Cummins. So one of the channels that I used to watch whenever I first got on YouTube, like 10 years ago, was One of One Customs. And he built this particular car. He put a 12 valve Cummins in it. And if you saw the car sitting on the road, you'd never know that it had a 12 valve Cummins in it. It had the original hood on it, everything. And we're really going to try to make that happen.
Well, there's somebody, I don't know if you watch Weston Chamberlain.
Yes.
Or Chamberlain. He put one in the Mustang. And without the big stack hanging out the front of it, it looks pretty stock.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sweet. That's a big project. But sounds like with your CNC machine and everything, you can make your stuff you need.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
The 2010 Charger is actually bigger on the inside than the newer Charger.
Correct. That's why we chose it.
Man, that thing's so comfortable. I loved it. I had a 07, which is the same one, of my personal car, back some years ago now, and I loved it. Loved it. Yeah. Great car. But I guess what is we got your goal for the year, kind of what you're going on. Where do you see? I guess if you could say right now, I want my channel to be right here in 5 years. In 5 years, what is your goal? Are you still wanting to be doing YouTube and rebuild and builds and stuff in 5 years?
Yeah. So, Little Boy Customs. This name is business name, and it's just for YouTube.
Nice.
We don't take customer cars in. I don't work on anyone else's vehicles.
What about other YouTubers? I've got a Camaro out here.
If you want to collab and do something, I'm all for it. But
you don't want to do the work for me?
I don't know. So we have been hit up several times about building F-100 trucks and that kind of stuff for customers. And I usually throw out a price that most people don't want to touch me at. Okay. And the reason why I do that is because I like building things my way. And when you add a customer to it and they want certain things, and I think those things just don't jive right, I don't want to build it.
Yep.
So Little Boy Customs is really just a YouTube channel. My CNC company has a totally different name. And, it may come up with its own YouTube channel as well as more of a time-lapse video of the machines running or something like that. But
one of them satisfying the channels that just watch everything.
Yep.
Just speed lapse. Yeah. People love that.
I would do that in a heartbeat. I'm telling you.
But as for 5 years down the road, I have no idea where the channel's going to go. I do plan on still be doing it, but I'm just living in the moment right now.
Well, and the reason I ask about 5 years is your channel's pretty new compared to a lot of people anyway. It's rocking out right now. So I say in 5 years, as long as you're keeping the content like you are right now, you'll be 10,000 plus subscribers pretty quick. So
yeah, I took some advice from the Stradman, and I don't know if a lot of people watch his channel because he's more of an exotic car kind of channel. But he has his own podcast and he talks about his channel a little bit on there. And one of the things he said is don't worry about analytics. Don't worry about subscribers. Worry about what your content's about. As long as it's creative enough and people want to watch it, they will. He also made the mention that always try to post every other day or, a couple times a week or something like that. And the whole reason why is so that your video has time to mellow out. In other words, not everybody's going to watch your video the first day it comes out. So that's our motto. We try to post every other day and then just make good content.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And, when we first started, I wanted to show people that just like you said, anybody can do this. I chose a 30 by 40 shop over a car. Okay. I could have had a nice car with air conditioning, but I drove a 99 Suburban with 270,000 miles on it so I could have the shop. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Wholeheartedly. I drive a a 2002 Mercury Grand Marquis with severe body damage that I bought at auction so that I could have a nice shop.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
when you're done with it, you can do a body swap with it, right?
That is the plan.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end up dailying a Grand Marquis or Crown Vic at some point, I think, just because they're so nice.
Right. They do drive the little Lincoln $350 car I bought after I put fuel in it. Drives so nice. I mean, it's the interior is trashed, but it just floats down the road.
Yep.
The biggest problem people have with these cars is the fuel pump. So if your car's not running or something's wrong with it, change fuel pump on it. Most of the time, it'll start back up.
Well, that's what I thought was wrong with this car because I had bought it sight unseen, but I seen it, but.
Uh-oh. He froze up.
He sure did.
He's in think mode right there.
Sure looks like it.
Oh man. I hope he comes back. He's our hub here.
Right.
This thing.
What motor do you have in that cart?
It's a 2-valve 4.6.
Okay. 2-valve.
Yeah. It's got almost 100,000 miles on it. So we were going to put the bottle on it. I've got all the stuff to put nitrous on it, but at the last minute, I said I'm going to spend $150 and get a turbo. So
yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm patiently waiting to see those videos because I've been thinking about trying to twin turbo the truck, and if I can twin turbo the truck, but I've never done it on the 4.6. I know it's possible because it's pretty much the same engine as the Mustang, but I've been waiting to see someone else that does it first.
Yep. So the thing about that kills me on the mod motor stuff compared to LS stuff is like an LS, you just take and flip the manifolds and suddenly your twin turbo setup. You can't do that on a mod motor. So like you got to spend money on, twin turbo manifolds.
Yeah. That's really my biggest concern is it looks like I've done a lot of these Ford swaps and that kind of stuff. This is actually my first one. I'm actually a Chevy guy. So,
nice.
And I really like cars in the 30s and the 40s. That's what most of my cars are.
That's cool.
Usually you can see them in the background in the other shop when we were working on the original 38 Chevrolet Coupe.
Mm-hmm.
Most of those cars back there are in the 30s and 40s, and they're all Chevrolet. So that's what I like working on. Right.
Now, are you more of an original guy? You a street rod?
Yeah, I'm a street rod guy. I love, more horsepower, AC, heat, all that good stuff. There is a car that's in the background that's orange and black. It's a 37 Chevrolet Coupe. That car was actually purchased out of a museum, and it was all original, tore it all apart, made it into a street rod. Found this blue one that we're working on now, playing around with, that my dad's helping me on. And we talked about making it into a street rod as well, but it just runs so good. It's one of the best cars I've ever found. And so me and him discussed it, and I don't really know original engines from 1938 that well.
Yep.
He is an awesome mechanic and has helped me tremendous on this car. And so without him, I couldn't have made the car back to where it is now. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Coastal Auto Reaction says I'm hosting now. Oh,
good.
Scary. I'm a little nervous. I don't know where he went, but it is me and you. So, all right. So let's talk cart time, because like this, so the turbo, just so you understand, is like going to see 3 or 4 pounds. It's really there for looks and sound. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. The dilemma is with giving the car away, I don't want to have to put a bottom end in it. You know what I mean? Yep.
Yeah. That is tons of work.
Yep. And what would end up happening is it would come out and an LS would go in its place, and it'd be completely different. I need people to watch videos so I can give this thing away so we can start on Narxcart 2.0, which is not going to be given away.
Right. Exactly.
Yep. Oh, that's crazy. So how many Panther platforms do you think you've owned or driven, I guess, for?
I've driven hundreds of them. I was a police for 8 years.
Oh,
So,
man.
yeah. So I've driven tons of Crown Vics. I love them. When we moved out of Crown Vics and went into Tahoes, that's what we drive here in Texas now, is Tahoes.
Yep.
I was heartbroken. The Crown Vic Panther platform is so much more fun to drive. And then I have torn apart 2 of them. The second one I tore apart was a lot easier than the first one. Learned a lot of things from the first one. I almost scrapped the whole car because I didn't know what I was doing. But even with the second one, I've caught it on fire several times just trying to tear it apart. So plasma is not always your friend.
No, hey, I think I said that in one of your videos. I don't know how people with small shops live without a plasma cutter. It's the best thing in the world. There's somebody asked a while ago what the cart weighs. I'm assuming that's what Sobering was asking. We weighed it at Oklahoma City, and it was 3560 with me in it, and I was like right at 200 pounds then. So even with the bars and the big tires, we still shaved about 600 pounds off the car by doing the cart. So it's a ton of fun. He also says they have a cart project too. They're just waiting. So.
Awesome.
Carts are taking over the world, I'm telling you. And again, we talk about people building stuff. I wanted to learn to bend tube better than what I understood. And so that was another reason we built the cart, was because you can completely screw something up and it doesn't matter,
Right. Yeah. My first F100 truck build was not supposed to happen. I was taking a cart, or going to build me a cart or something like that, and I took too much off the car, and so the only way to salvage it, to keep it from going to the wrecking yard or whatever, was to put another body on it. So
that's awesome.
That build was totally different. We actually took the aluminum front end out and put it up into the Ford frame instead of using the entire part of the car. So,
yeah. Now, how would you say workload wise the difference is there between just doing the front? Like, in your opinion, is it worth it to just do the front swap, or do you chop the firewalls out of both firewalls and floor and made them like that?
So honestly, if your truck's in good shape, not rusted out on the, it's really a lot easier to just change the front end out. And then it's a lot easier to just graft the firewall into the truck. The hard part is actually doing all the floorboard and everything else. That is actually a lot harder to do because you have to weld the entire cab onto this floor and cut so much of the cab out.
Yeah.
The only reason why we're doing the one that we're doing right now is because it's a long bed. If I had a short bed, I would have just put the front end underneath it. But because we had to cut the bed down and cut the frame down, it was just easier to put it on the car frame.
Yeah, that makes sense. How much, I guess, how much of the bed are you going to have to take out?
So the average is 14 in the front, and I think it's like 4 in the back. But it kind of varies because of where you put your cab. So we are either going to make it look just like it did originally, where it had the regular bed on it. But we've really been kind of kicking around since your last live feed that you did just today. We've been kicking around doing a unibody.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys were here and we're able to keep going. My computer just decided to shut off.
Nice. Yeah, we were nervous for a second. We were like,
Yeah, we just keep going.
I'm glad you guys were able to keep going, and you guys had plenty to talk about. So I was watching on my phone while I was loading on
there you go.
Computer here.
That's awesome. Well, I do want to hear more about the cart from the boys there, Sobering. I'd like to hear more about that for sure. So you're going to have them on too, because now I got to watch all their videos to see.
Yeah, I'd love to have them on. We're going to do this every month. I'm doing at least one every month, and next month I'm gonna try to have 2 people who are kind of doing what I'm doing with the car flipping. They have their own car lots, and that's what my plan is. I've got one locked in, and the other maybe not yet, but hopefully we can. And because I want to do that is just every month have 2 guests on that are similar, so in case my computer dies on me or crashes, the 2 guys can talk.
That's awesome.
Well, getting back,
it was Coastal Auto reaction about the cart teaser there.
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I know. On his live the other day, it freaking crashed, and he had it was like 70 people or something, and it just crashed, and he had to start over. Oh man, that sucks. Using that Canadian internet, right? No, not down here. But speaking of that, the weather down here is much better today. I don't know what it is up there in Narx, but today it was 57 degrees, and the snow has melted. So
we're at 65. Going to be 75 tomorrow.
Oh wow, we're gonna be 68 tomorrow, so I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yep.
Narx, I guess where we left off here is what is your YouTube goals?
So our goal for 2021 is 5,000 subs by the end of the year. We're at 2170 something today, and I'm literally using our Instagram formula and just hammering, I don't know, 40, 50, 80 accounts every day on Instagram and all over YouTube.
Well, at this point, really, you've got your 1,000 subscribers, of course, obviously, but you need some more views, man. I'm ready to get that cart given away.
Dude, me too. So the only thing that I can control is how many subscribers I have and how hard I work to get those guys. So again, we're talking about tags and descriptions and titles and stuff. So I'm going back through all of my videos, all 508 videos. If they need it, we'll get a new title, tags, description, and thumbnail. So it took me 8.5 days, of working with my regular day job and in the shop and having a family to do 40 something videos. So, and we're seeing a slight uptick. I'd like to have 5,000 subs and 1,000 daily views, and then from there, I don't know. I'd love to have 2,000 or 3,000 daily views, but I don't.
You'll get there. It'll get there. You got plenty of content.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much time that I could see that you're putting into your YouTube, but then you're also able to do your regular stuff you do, and I see that you watch and comment a lot on a lot of YouTube channels. You support the community, so you're a busy man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if we're going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show people how to get there, and then I'm going to tell everybody how to do it. We're all going to get there. We're all going to be successful YouTubers to do it full time and drive around the country together and collab and do Rocky Mountain Race Weeks and Drag Week and Power Tour and all that kind of stuff. So, community, not competition. So,
then Coastal right there, they help out a lot with that stuff. I know Little Boy Customs, we was talking about it earlier, Mike, and them guys right there will help you out a lot, getting your name out there. Both of you guys have great content. If you get your name out there, I know your channels will take off, and I know you guys are going to be successful because you guys got the content. So.
Well, one of the biggest things that I've seen is, I enjoy building cars. I like that, just probably like Mike. I mean, like to do that. So I record all that stuff. The way to grow is to do Rocky Mountain Race Week and gain subs in 2 days. You have to kind of have a build to do those events so you can, Brian with Black Seed, he's been getting his 65 C10 ready for Lone Star Throwdown.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 months, he's built up a Lone Star Throwdown, backlog and all this kind of stuff, all the work he's done behind the scenes. So when he gets the Lone Star Throwdown, his channel goes, and you gain 300 subscribers because.
And then also he has that story. And people love a good story, and he's going to have a story of what he got ready, how he got ready, and him being there. So that's going to be awesome.
And we were talking earlier. So you end up, people see the finished product. Them watching the Lone Star Throwdown event coverage is why they saw his stuff, because they saw his video pop up. Well, then they're like, "Damn, how cool is this truck?" They go in and they binge watch.
To see how he built it. Sure,
20 videos. So.
That's it. And that, and I'll tell you that, and also the collabs that I know a lot of people are planning for this year because last year sucked. The the collabs are going to be awesome, because not only are you going to see somebody else's project on another channel, then you'll say,
Yep.
oh man, we got to go look at their stuff. How'd they build that? So it's going to be awesome that way as well.
Well, and I think as we all begin to understand YouTube even better, is because we're all looking at YouTube more. We're all trying to figure out the way to make it work. Where 2.5 or 3 years ago when we started, I was just like, we're just gonna volume drive Narxoleptic down people's throat. We're just gonna be out there, and when they're looking, they're gonna see us. And so we were doing that with volume, but I wasn't doing it with all of the SEO that goes along with that. So
right
now we're doing it and cramming it down people's throat and getting the SEO right. So it'll be a lot of fun the rest of the year. So.
Oh yeah, well, we need a good year. We need it.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I know for me, I've unsubscribed to all the big corporate style channels. It just got so boring that it's almost like, man, nobody can afford that. So then I've just been watching this year, especially just all the smaller channels that are building real raw stuff, like you guys. It's just, I love that it's just you in your shop building. It's beautiful. So yeah, I've been really getting into that, and I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the resurgence of people wanting to end up following folks that are doing the work. Because there's so many times where you watch a video, and this is what kills people turning riches in their own shop if they don't really understand what's going on. And like Mike's channel is good about this too. Is like physically showing the work,
showing the pitfalls and
and normally it's like, okay, we're going to put this turbo on the Narx cart. Boom. Okay, we got the turbo on the Narx cart. Let's go dyno it. And people are like, it takes 20 minutes to do a turbo set. Oh yeah, it's easy.
Anybody could do it, right?
Yeah. And then that's where you end up buying projects cheap because people have gotten in over their head.
Yep. So. Well, I guess, Mike, what do you have planned for future projects? And I know we already kind of covered future videos, but future projects for your YouTube, besides the one we already spoke about, of course.
So the 2010 Dodge Charger is a distant future. We have actually several cars that I haven't shown on video. We probably have about 10 cars sitting here on the place that are future builds. One of them's
awesome.
AD truck, 51 Chevrolet. We'd like to build it. We have several 38 Chevrolet coupes and that kind of stuff. We have 2-door sedans, coupes, different things that have been sitting around for a little while that we're thinking about building. There is one that we're going to be posting fairly soon. It's actually a Model A, 31 Model A Roadster. The frame is pretty much done on it, so I didn't really film all of that, but we'll get everybody caught up with what we've done, and we'll actually do a couple of motor starts without the body even sitting on it, that kind of stuff. I almost entered your cold start challenge with that frame.
Man, you should have. That sounded great.
Yeah, but it was an all original car, and just like the 38 Chevrolet Coupe, and we're just going to kind of convert it over to be more of a street rod type thing.
That's awesome.
That is freaking awesome. Well, I guess the same question to you, Narx. What do you have planned for future projects and, of course, future videos after? I guess after the Narx cart, because we know you're going to finish that.
Yep. So Narx cart, obviously, that's getting all the stuff. We got lifters, got to pull the heads for Stanley, which is our 66 GMC truck. My mom, so the C10 truck was my dad's stepdad's truck. And then my mom's dad had a 78 Toyota truck. And so it's in my garage right now, like at the house garage. And so it's next on the list to go in. So it's really cool. He worked on like small engine type stuff, motorcycles and things like that out of his shop at his house. So we're going to do that 78 Toyota truck just in an all original type build. And then some kind of late 70s, early 80s dirt bike build at the same time for the bed of that truck to honor him and all that. And then this year is the year of events. We are so I've got the drag and drive event April 2nd and 3rd at MoCan for the charity stuff we talked about. Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0. We're going to do that. It's in Oklahoma, and it's coming down through Texas. I don't know what part of Texas you're in. We're doing it for sure. Taking the cart if I still have it. If I don't have it by that point, we're going to do the old truck. Or my brother's 70 MG midget, which is full tube chassis, 350 wheel horsepower.
That's the one that's sitting in the storage building, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that thing's pretty
pounds.
sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's a Mustang 2 front suspension, an 8.8 rear axle, 4-link. It's pretty gnarly. And then there's we talked about the small Facebook group earlier of automotive YouTubers. They're doing a gathering in Louisville in July. So we intend to go there. I think there'll probably be 10 or 12 guys that'll end up at that event. And we'll go over there and just collaborate all weekend and, talk cars and YouTube and all that stuff. So.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah. And then a lot of trips to people within 3 or 4 hours of Northwest.
Right. At least some small collabs, right? Where you ain't got to stay at a hotel or anything.
That's right. That's
freaking awesome. We'll go back over to Mike, I guess, here. And any advice on projects? If somebody asked you, I guess, how to do something, or just if you could explain your projects going on, and then any advice on YouTube, what you think needs to be done on YouTube to get where they're trying to be.
Number one, YouTube is for fun. If you're not having fun doing it, don't do it.
Agreed.
If it becomes a job, don't do it. It's not worth it.
People are going to be able to tell that you're not enjoying it.
Yeah, you're going to be stressed way too much about it, just trying to make content. It's not worth it. So number one, have fun. A lot of people are asking on my personal channel, like, what do I use to edit with and that kind of stuff. Find something that is cheap, inexpensive, that you like using. I'm not going to push a product, but there's several out there. You don't have to buy the $300 and something program to make your editing work. I sure didn't. I did spend money on cameras and that kind of stuff. Because I want good quality camera that I can use long term down the road. I even spent money on a drone because I wanted that aerial view footage. But as far as whatever you're going to use to edit video, find something that you like, that's cheap, that you can afford, and has the features that you're looking for. Another big thing is when you're posting content, make sure that your titles, your thumbnails, all that is attention grabbers. And keywords are, a lot of people don't think they're important, and they don't even add them to their video, but they're the biggest thing that drives people to your channel.
I know there's some programs that'll, and I don't use any of them, but I know there's some out there that will tell you what keywords are working for you.
Yes, it will help you a lot. But if I put a video out there and the first couple of hours it doesn't do great, I start changing the titles, the thumbnails, everything right then.
Oh, wow.
More traffic going towards my channel. That's part of the reason why I think that my channel has grown so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100%. I mean, that his thinking on that is why people will be successful.
Sure.
Because
I guess go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll just run into mine. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's jump on yours and see what you got to say on
it. If you're gonna do it, I'm not saying you have to do it right. Like, you have to get content out there. It has to be out there, right? But at some point, you have to go back and look at that stuff. Like, if you have a video that's been out, like in our case, I'll have a video that's been out, like with the Land Cruiser build is a perfect example. Literally, one of those titles the title was like, "Lots done tonight," and the description was, "We got a lot done." That's how was anybody going to find that video? Yeah. So if you are thinking about it going in, instead of just thinking, okay, if I put out decent content, people will find me. Or, the other side of that too, maybe, is if someone types in, say I'm looking at doing a Crown Vic frame swap under F100. Well, if he has 5 videos that are well-written descriptions, the keywords are in, tags are good, it may show his channel on Google where it would supposed to show a lot larger channel somewhere else, right?
Sure.
So this pops up on Google, and he has what do you think, 570 subs or something like that right now, right?
530 is where I think we're at right now.
Yep. So you end up, if you're doing all that right stuff early, imagine what's going to happen when that video's been out 3 or 4 years, like it was for the Land Cruiser. For us, like a lot of those early videos do pretty decent, even though they were crap for description and title and things like that, just because they've been out for a long time.
Right.
So doing that early on, it becomes habit. So now you're building your habit of doing it correctly, looking at stuff as it goes out through the couple days. And then you're not doing like what I'm doing, where I'm wasting my time going back through fixing stuff that I could be editing new videos. Like
so to clarify, some people are asking what are keywords, that kind of stuff. It's your tags. It's what you're putting in. So it's I think it's like the third or fourth box on down. You have to go into more options at the very bottom of your page. Mm-hmm. That's the page that you upload on.
But also the description is a big part too, because a lot of people will do a good title. They'll max their tags, or they'll do a lot of tags, and then their description is 2 or 3 sentences. Well, that's really not enough. So like I have a write-up that I put in every single video that I've uploaded since October.
It's kind of like a template, I guess.
Yep, it's in every one of them, and it talks about thanks for stopping on the channel. This is what our channel is going to cover while you're here. We'd appreciate a subscription, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff, right? But it's in every single one. So my thought is, if YouTube sees LS swap or budget LS swap in 300 videos of mine, when somebody types in budget LS swap, hey, mine may pop up.
Yeah, and they'll pick what thumbnail looks interesting to them, and then go to watching. Yep. Yeah, I agree with that.
So other advice I would give is subscribe to Destroyer 1320. His channel is pivoting a little bit. We're doing a lot of how to grow your automotive YouTube channel. We're doing a lot from his channel, and then it trickles down to mine and Brian's. I have the note here, don't rush to make videos public. And then I have title, tags, description, and thumbnail. Do all of that before anybody's going to see the video.
And another thing is, look at your analytics. My clientele that watch my channel, it will tell you when your people watch your channel, whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening, whatever. So at first I was just posting whenever I got done, whether it's 1 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever. And then I started, and I only have 36 episodes out on my channel. That's it. That's not that many. So awesome. Here recently, I've been watching when everybody else is getting on and what days it is and all that. And so I post at those times, and the channel has really taken off because of that. Because people are getting on, and in the first hour, I'll have like 25, 50 views within that first hour or whatever. And for a small channel, that's a lot of views.
That's a bunch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it starts pushing that video even faster.
Even some of the bigger channels, if they don't tag them and stuff, put them on, they'll have, not the real big channels, of course, but some of the bigger ones, 13, 1,500 subs, they'll have like 20 views in a week,
I'm that guy sometimes,
and people go back, they'll see it, but, it just got to keep hammering at it and all the stuff you guys got going.
Yeah.
And it's great advice, guys.
Hang on. The last one I have here is just record. If you're going to be in the video world, you have to produce videos. Okay. I was
going to go back to you, Mike, anyway, I'm sorry, Narx. And any advice on projects? I know you kind of covered YouTube, but I know you do. You do the LS swaps and all that. I guess what advice would you give people?
Everyone should build a car that they don't care about at some point in their life. Like the cart, I don't care about it. We've rally crossed it. We've jumped stuff. I've done tire melting burnouts in it. It doesn't matter when the motor probably lays over because we'll get greedy on race week is what'll happen. turbo, and we'll want like a 12-second pass, and I'll freaking send a piston into orbit, but I won't care. We'll just go get another one, or I'll LS it or something like that. Maybe if Holly's watching, I'd sure like to do a Terminator X LS swap in this thing.
Yeah, especially if they pay for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, they need to send a big check.
There you go, or just the product. Well, I guess the check would be better.
Either one. I don't care. Just send me some stuff. So projects, just start wrenching. Turn the camera on and literally wrench. So
yep. Well, when you do hit the 1 million views, how are you going to pick your winner?
Yep. So you have to follow us on Instagram, which Customs, all one word. And the reason we have to do it on Instagram is so we can get everyone's name. YouTube, if your account is set to private because you won't
be able to see it, right?
Girls twerking. Yep. We can't get that name. We can't put it into the thing. It's not fair. So you have to follow us on Instagram, and we post daily on Instagram. So so
all right.
Definitely follow us on that, and we will put that in a list and we'll draw randomly.
Mike, do you have any shout outs or final messages? We're gonna, I guess, wrap this up tonight. So
biggest shout out is not even a car guy, but he drives to be one so bad, and that is Johnny Clyde. The real Johnny Clyde. I've been watching him a lot here.
Funny stuff.
Yeah,
I tell you, I like his YouTube, but if you check out his TikTok, it's even funnier. So
yeah, I've seen him over there as well. And so Johnny Clyde wants to get into building cars. I have a welder for Johnny Clyde. So Johnny Clyde,
you hear that, Johnny?
I got your first welder for you, Johnny Clyde. It's used, but it'll get you started.
Hey. Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
That's freaking awesome.
That is awesome. Hey, Johnny Clyde, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get in the cart, and we're going to drive down, and we're going to pick up your welder.
Heck yeah. Hey, that'd be a great.
Right on. We're south of Fort Worth.
Well, y'all can stop on the way down and stop by where I live, Central Arkansas here, and we'll go to a restaurant and do the thing we're going to do. Then y'all can keep driving.
Yep. No, here's the way it'll work. We'll have to eat gas station food at every gas station along the way. Johnny Clyde will just be in the back. He'll be like, "Oh, I can't do it anymore." We're about to do one. Come on, man.
Yeah, we'll know exactly which gas station's worth eating at the end.
That's exactly right. So, definitely.
Narx will hit you on your shout outs, and then we'll kind of do a final message for everybody.
Definitely. The Black Seed Originals and Eric at Destroyer 1320. I'm going to tell the story of how I met Eric and why it works so well for us, right? So I was prepping for Rocky Mountain Race Week, dropping videos, podcasts. I was working on the cart. We were taking the cart. So all the videos were leading up to Rocky Mountain Race Week. He was looking on YouTube for Rocky Mountain Race Week coverage because he was going to 2.0. So he was looking for content creators, found me. We met day 2. And then, it's really been nonstop. We text every day. So
awesome.
Yep. So
heck yeah.
Destroyer 1320. I've known late forever. So 8 years or something like that. So.
Well, we're going to kind of wrap it up. I'll give some shout outs real quick, which mine, is there's plenty of lives going on right now. This community, not competition thing is an actual thing. It's not like the ones I've been on YouTube. I've been making content constant, but I've been on YouTube since 2009. I've been doing it a long time. You see things come and go. This one's different. So if somebody thinks it's the same, it's not. It's different. People are really helping each other out, and it's all about the community having fun, not pushing one channel or the other. So definitely, guys, push each other's channels that you enjoy. Don't push something you don't like, of course. But let's work together. We'll all get where we want to be and all have fun and collab and all that. If you guys haven't checked out these two guys' channel, make sure to check it out. Subscribe. Look at all their projects they got going on. Stop and comment on their videos. Let them know, hey, I didn't like what you did there, or hey, that was freaking awesome, or why did you do that, or whatever.
Or if you got a better way of building it, let me know.
Exactly. Especially the stuff you guys are doing. Nobody has. I know, little boy, some of the things you're doing, Mike, people have done some things before, but you're doing it different than them even. So I've watched some other ones. So
the biggest guy out there that did it before me was Nathan's Garage.
Yep. And that was 6 years ago now.
Dude, but he goes on and off because of some issues he has and things like that. But he doesn't always go into detail either. So I just try to grow my channel off of his channel. And I looked at what he was doing and I thought, man, I can do the same thing he's doing. But I'm going to try to explain it more.
Well, I do have a challenge for you. I've watched a bunch of them, and I have never seen somebody actually finish one on YouTube. I mean, they got close, but I've never seen one finished. So I would like to see one.
It will definitely be finished.
Awesome. One channel I will shout out. I mean, there's plenty of channels to shout out, but one I've got to shout out is a brand new channel. He actually lives not too far from me. It's 113 Cycles. He's building motorcycles. His videos he has right now is his brand new shop he put up. It's an awesome shop. If you haven't checked it out, check him out. He has pretty much no subs. So you'll go there, give him a shout out, tell him I sent you, check out his stuff. And he's going to have some stuff coming. So there you go.
Those are the notes from folks I was watching.
I've got some notes too from you guys. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I learned a lot, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming on. We're going to do this once a month. Every month, we're going to have 2 guests that are kind of in the same field. We'll have some different people on. If somebody wants to be on, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or on my email. All that stuff, including the links that are to the guys that are on here, is in the description. So check us all out. Email me. Let's get some more stuff going on for these lives. And do you guys have any final messages? We'll start with Mike if you have any. You want to tell anybody?
Hey, I just appreciate you inviting me on here. I've enjoyed all the people that you've introduced me to here within the last couple of weeks. So I appreciate all of them. I've made some, what I would call some good friends, because I've been talking to a bunch of them through Instagram. So I'm glad I've met all of y'all.
Yep, same ditto.
Okay, easy enough. Well, like I said, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We've been on here just over an hour. It doesn't seem like that. It's been pretty quick, except my computer crashed. But, hey, I really appreciate everybody coming on and watching, supporting. I appreciate you guys coming on and talking with me and taking over when I wasn't here. It went pretty smooth there, actually, with that. And hopefully, you guys can come on another time, maybe a year from now or less, and kind of follow up. And I really look forward to doing some collabs.
I'll say a good time would be the end of the year, and we can recap on our or hey, when he hits 1,000 in 3.
Oh yes, for sure.
Yes, he says it like he doesn't believe it's going to happen, but it is.
No, it's going to happen. No, he said when it happens.
Yeah.
He said when.
I plan on being in Arkansas anyway in July of this year.
Johnny Clyde, I'm going to reach out to you. We're definitely going to have you on as a collab, but I'm definitely going to have you on the screen up here as well. So. I'm not sure when, but we're going to get you there. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all go check out their channels. I know Narx has some lives. When's your next live, Narx?
Friday night at 6.
Friday night. There we go. Everybody, 6 Central Time. So everybody make sure to check that out. Guys, appreciate it. We'll see you next time. And thanks, everybody, for coming.